Good evening, fuckers, and we are back with the next Train Simulator Classic request video. So this is a request from Tower Bridge 04, and he actually didn't request a great deal. He just wanted to see the Severn Tunnel. And having said that he wanted to see the Severn Tunnel, it seemed as though he thought I didn't have it, but yes, I do. And he said, you know, like a route like Bristol to Cardiff would probably have it, you know, have the tunnel featured in it if you had that. Well, I do have that, and I've got it in here set up, ready to go. So yes, it's on the South Wales main line. Probably not all that surprising, really, when you think about it. And we are going to be, yes, starting at Bristol Temple Meads station, and our destination is Cardiff Central. As far as time of year and everything else, yep, it's going to be summer, it's going to be cloudy but not hugely cloudy, and it is midday. And for the train itself, I've chosen, because I had free rein, I could have chosen any train I like, so I've gone with a Class 57, specifically a Rail Tour Class 57. So the reason I chose it is because, okay, a Class 57 is really just a modified Class 47. So, yes, I probably have driven this thing, but I've never actually, you know, been in the cab of a Class 57 in this game. So, the loco will be a first for me. As far as the train itself, yes, it's going to have 9 Mark 1 coaches, which are also painted in the Rail Tour's sort of maroon burgundy livery. Does actually look quite good, I must admit. So yes, that is the setup. That's what we are going to be doing. So let's get it underway. Can I finish my ICOS before the game loads? Not quite. Okay, well, I am rather glad to see that the driver vigilance thing has been disabled for this one. So here is our Class 57 in its yes, I think that is more of a burgundy than a maroon, isn't it, that colour? And the 9 coaches, they do look good, there's no getting away from that. So the actual distance of this journey is just over 38 miles, so it's not a particularly long one. So to make up for the fact that it is a bit on the short side, I will do a couple of extra stops. I believe there is a station called Severn Tunnel Junction. So I'll stop there, and then I'll also stop at the first station in Wales. So yeah, once we're the other side of the Severn Tunnel, we'll stop there. And then we'll carry on to Cardiff. So there are going to be 3 stops, including Cardiff Central itself. So let's get underway, or at least I would if it would let me. Right, so the master key is right here. It's just, is it going to just, can I just put it in? No. Okay, here we are. Right, so let's yeah, let's try that again. You can tell that I have not driven this thing before. Right, let's get it out of emergency. Put it back into there. We are starting to move, so it just needs a hell of a lot of throttle before the thing gets underway. I think I may have to actually start taking a look in the cabs of these trains before I then go ahead and do my first video inside the things. So we haven't got off to a great start, and we've also had quite a bit of wheel slip because I basically put the train straight into 100% throttle. Bearing in mind, yeah, this is quite a long train and there is quite a bit of weight that we are pulling here. So yeah, I should have really kept that in mind. So we are in a 25 mph section. So let's ease off quicker than I actually did. But the 40 mph section is just coming up. So we are now in it. We just got to wait for the rest of the train to enter it. By the time the rest of the train has entered that 40, the front here will practically be in the 60 mph zone. Okay, so we can speed up a bit. It does take a while for the engine to respond to the throttle. I'm also having to be a bit careful when it comes to actually applying the throttle, but I think we can now go into full. So we're now in a 60 mph section, so we can really throttle up. Max speed of this thing is 75. I thought it was faster than that actually. So obviously the 60 mph limit is going to be holding us back a little, but it's not holding us back a hell of a lot. It's only 15 mph below the maximum that this thing can do. So Stapleton Road Station is coming up in just over a quarter of a mile. It will just go straight through there. Bloody hell, there really isn't much of this station. So in just over half a mile we have a max speed increase to 75 mph, which is the max that this train can do. But this 1 in 75 uphill climb is going to affect our acceleration quite considerably, in fact, because we are slowing down. As my paper is now just sliding all over the place. So we're going to enter the 75 mph section while our speed is actually decreasing. So we can now do 75, but yeah, we just cannot accelerate. Now the main reason for me choosing a passenger train for this route is that if you are in a freight train, it is possible that it will divert you away from the Severn Tunnel. So I figured, right, I'll choose a passenger train, passenger loadout. That way we can be pretty certain it will send us through the Severn Tunnel. There are a lot of like fucking health and safety laws when it comes to freight trains going through the Severn Tunnel. So I just thought, bollocks to it, let's just make sure we don't have to deal with it at all by using a passenger train. So Filton Abbey Wood is the next station. It looks like it's a very small one. Pass through a max speed reduction to 60 mph before we get there. Now we are actually starting to accelerate, so we never actually got to do the max in that 75 mph section, but there is a 90 mph section coming up just under 1.5 miles away, just before Patchway station. Unfortunately we do have to slow down to 50 before we actually get to the 90 mph section, but gives us a chance to see the acceleration of this thing. So its response to the throttle is not great, but its response to the brakes are certainly not too bad. The Class 57 was pretty much intended to be freight only, but well, it certainly wasn't terrible as a passenger train. None of the Class 47s weren't bad at anything, and I think we can safely say that the same applies to the 57 variant. So we're in the 50 mph section, which is pretty short. Yeah, and this is why it's here, all these points. So now back onto the main line. Once we are through Patchway station, we can then throttle up. In fact, we can throttle up now to 100%. Let's see if we can get ourselves to well, 75 mph. We'll see how far over 75 we can go. So this tunnel that we are approaching is not the Severn Tunnel, it's the Patchway Old Tunnel. I was about to do some exterior shots there, but yeah, you can't do that while you're going through tunnels, so... Now, while the original Class 47 was an out-and-out diesel, there were a few of its later sort of variants that were diesel electric, whereas the Class 57, yeah, they were all diesel electric. I think I can get away without yeah, using the instrument light. So the 75 max speed, I mean, we are now speeding in the 90 mph section here. So that 75 mph speed limit is incredibly sort of conservative. I thought this thing could easily do more than 75. It did seem a bit ridiculous. So we'll coast as we go through Pining here, but we do have a max speed reduction coming up in just under a mile and a half to 75 mph. So that was Pining or Pilning or wherever it was, station anyway. Now this next station looks quite station. This next tunnel, once we go through this very short one, this one looks extremely long and it's on a very steep downward grade. This is the Severn Tunnel that we are approaching. So clearly the Severn Tunnel junction that I thought was a station is not a station. So, okay, we're not stopping at Severn Tunnel Junction Station because there isn't one. But we will stop at the first station once we emerge from here. So this tunnel is about 3 miles long. We're on a 1 in 100 downward gradient until we get halfway, and then surprise surprise, we're then going uphill. I have to say that despite the rocky start that I had in this loco, there is something about it I really, really like this one. I do like diesel electrics, no denying that. There's a marker showing we are approaching the halfway point where it levels out. In fact, it has levelled out. So that marks the start of the uphill section. So the uphill section is a 1 in 90. So I have a feeling we are going to be losing speed all the way. We're at 100% throttle, and yeah, the speed is coming down. Speed has gone down to 65. And there is a max speed decrease coming up to 70 miles per hour in 1.5 miles. And okay, so Severn Tunnel junction it is a station, it's just that it's on the Welsh side. So we shall make our first, well, our one and only stop along the route there. There we are, we have emerged from the Severn Tunnel. Now, this gradient should certainly help slow us down a fair bit. It's not really slowing us down as much as I would like though, considering we're making a stop at this station. So we are in the process of rejoining the main South Wales coast line. That part, I think you'll find, is coming from sort of Gloucestershire, which is where the freight trains, especially if they're carrying dangerous freight, you know, stuff like fuel and that, they would be they have to go via Gloucester and avoid the tunnel. Can we get all of the train on here? I think we might be able to. Yeah. The front of the loco is just over the edge, but that is fine. So here we are at Severn Tunnel Junction. Quite a quick stop. So, wow. Even at 50% when we are at standstill. Oh, come on. I've taken the brakes off. There we go. It's just so slow to respond to the throttle from standstill. Yeah, I don't like that. So I'll make an amendment to what I said earlier. This train is fine when it's moving, but getting it moving is, yeah. We don't need to worry too much about any pan brakes or anything. Mind you, that's dimming the instrument lights. I just want the instrument lights switched on. Are they up along here? Oh, what was that one? Nothing. Right, are we going fast enough to be able to go into full throttle without wheel slip? I think we are. So we're now on the South Wales coast line. We'll be staying here for the next 21.25 miles to Cardiff Central. Speed, max speed increase coming up in just under a mile to 90 mph. I mean, given how slow this thing was at getting underway with these passenger cars behind us, I can only imagine how slow it is if you're carrying heavy freight in one of these things. Needless to say, it's not something I have yet done. I think there are some career scenarios using this train. Well, using a Class 57 anyway. I don't know if it's going to be the Rail Tours one. So up to 70 mph. So according to this, yeah, we're only 4 mph off our max, but we can actually surge past 75 no problem. So we will. Now, getting back to what I was saying about the Severn Tunnel and how freight trains often have to avoid it. The section of the line where you're going through like Gloucestershire to avoid using the Severn Tunnel, that is also in this route DLC. So yeah, now that we are absolutely hurtling along at 80 mph, I do like the 57, but yeah, getting it started is it's a bit of a struggle. If I'd known that it was that much of a struggle, I would have chosen a different loco to do this run in. So in 1.5 miles, another max speed reduction to 75 mph, and obviously we are going to have to slow down for that. Right, let's the warning for it. I'll say the brakes on this thing are extremely good, so we do not need to brake particularly hard, and we will already be at 75 long before, yeah, we're still like 2/3 of a mile away from it. So we'll coast for a bit until we reach there, see what our speed is then. We might even coast a little bit more. There's a 40 mph section coming up in 1.5 miles. Could have done without that. Oh, we'll just continue coasting then for now. And then the 30 mph reductions. So I don't know what that station is. Newport. Now, if we had used one of the other Welsh lines, the Welsh Marches, which is another, well, I have all three of the Welsh lines that are currently available. I'm pretty sure Newport is the terminus for that line. I think it might carry on to Cardiff, but we need to brake harder than this. There we go. We did overdo it a little bit, but then we have got to slow down to 30 anyway as we're going through Newport. So we're fine for the 30 mph section through Newport Station. There we are. I clicked on the right thing. Sounded like the emergency brakes had kicked in, but no, it's just the wheels rubbing against the inner part of the rails. Okay, so this tunnel entrance also marks the start of a 50 mph section. Once the entire train is in, we can then throttle up. I'll take it all the way up to 100%. Acceleration is not fantastic, so I don't think we'll have passed 75 by the time we reach that, or rather we won't have passed 50 by the time we enter the 75 mph section. I'm not looking for a... okay, no, that red signal is not us, it's the line next to us. We might be speeding for a very short while, but yeah, we entered the 75 section, well, fractionally later than hoped. Then we have a 95 max speed increase in half a mile. So we are now just 10 miles from the Cardiff Central station. And we are now in the 95 mph section. So you've passed this bridge, get some more exterior shots. So I think we are starting to enter some of the scenic parts of Wales. North Wales has far more like really great scenic areas to look at. It's not like South Wales doesn't have any. plenty of signals along this straight, but it's all looking rather clear. Get some more exteriors. I do really like that livery on the 57. Normally I'm a bit of a stickler for the BR blue, but yeah, this one looks fucking great. I am trying to find some of the freeware and shareware reskins with the GBR livery. I've not had a great deal of success so far, it has to be said, but I shall keep looking. It's not that I haven't found any at all, I have found some. And then I'll go to the download section where it says, you know, the requirements. And, you know, to download one reskin of one loco, you need about 5 official Dovetail DLCs, about 8 Armstrong Powerhouse DLCs. It's like, yeah, off you fuck. So we can coast through to this 75 MP8 section and see what happens from there. So we're in the 75 MP8 section now. We are only 4 miles from Cardiff Central, so it's unlikely that we're going to get the chance to go any faster. We are probably going to end up coasting pretty much the rest of the way. So 40 MP8 section coming up in 1.5 miles. Cardiff station is less than 3 miles away, so we are certainly not going to be speeding up from that 40 mph. And I am braking way too early. It's still over a mile away, but Okay, so speed wise we're now fine. It's a 175 just gone past. Like so many trains in Train Simulator Classic, the 175 is a great one to drive, but in real life it was a dismal failure. So we've got a yellow coming up. Is that double yellow? Yes. So this being a double, that being a single. So there is the possibility of red light before we actually get to the station itself. So if this is a double, which it looks like it is, we'll actually be fine. Just double check here, but yes it is. Still half a mile away from the actual station itself. Now I can't actually see the signal that we just got the alert for, but it should be single yellow at worst, because the one that we went through on the way here was, yeah, double yellow, yeah. So we've got single yellow here, that's okay. So we are now in the 20 mph section. Actually, I don't need a brake at all for the 15. It's slowing down as it is. Yeah, I just noticed we're on a 1 in 88 uphill yeah, that's fine. Steepened now to a 1 in 80. But with 38% throttle, yeah, we're not losing speed anything like as much as we would have been. Yeah, red signals dead ahead, which is, that's okay. Make sure all of the train is on the platform, which it is. And there we are. One Class 57 rail tour from Bristol Temple Meads to Cardiff Central via the Severn Tunnel. So yeah, apart from the yeah, how sluggish it is from a standstill, from a standing start, yeah, I was very impressed with the 57. Clearly I do still need to get some practice with it, 3 speeding errors, and yeah, I did have some wheel slip at the very start. So yeah, definitely a loco that I need some practice with. But that was a great route, and a good choice of loco for it, if I do say so myself. So if you've got a route and stroke or train that you want to see in the game, then click on the link in the description, watch the video there, and you'll see all of the loco and route options available to you, and then bung your request in the comments, and I can promise you it will be done. Anyway, with that in mind, we'll see you on the next one.